Well, America is getting used to a new political landscape today as both sides assess the fallout from Tuesday's midterm elections. The president has taken some of the blame but says the disastrous result for the Democrats had a lot to do with their frustrations over the economy. North America correspondent Lisa Miller reports.
Sometimes it's just one word that can sum up an entire campaign.
Now, I'm not recommending for every future president that they take a shellacking like I did last night.
The shellacking was there in black and white this morning, the biggest loss in a midterm election since 1938. Republicans needed 39 seats to take back the House. They'll win at least 60.
I'm pleased, and I hope that this gives the United States the momentum to get back up on their feet and get moving, because we need it.
It's got to be better. It can't be no worse than it has been. It's got to get better, that's all.
That's what the president would have been feeling as he fronted an hour-long press conference to shoulder the blame for the loss of so many Democratic colleagues on Capitol Hill.
It was not only sadness about seeing them go, but there's also a lot of questioning on my part in terms of could I have done something differently or done something more so that those folks would still be here. It's hard, and I take responsibility for it in a lot of ways.
He called it humbling, blaming the slow recovery of the economy for people's frustrations. John Boehner is likely to be the new Speaker. He told the President in a phone call that Republicans want a smaller, less costly and more accountable government.
We discussed working together on the American people's priorities, cutting spending, creating jobs. And we hope that he will continue to be willing to work with us on those priorities.
Just how much negotiation and compromise will be involved is the big question. Republicans have already indicated they want to repeal healthcare reform.
So the question is, how do we meet in the middle? And it seems to me the best strategy for the other side would be to listen to the voters yesterday. They made a clear statement about what they'd like to see done. If the president comes in our direction, obviously we want to make progress for the country over the next 2 years.
The Democrat Senate leader who beat the odds to retain his seat knows the economy is the #1 problem.
So it's now a time to get back to work. Do what is needed to rewrite the economy, and that is create jobs. I'm hopeful and confident that when the dust settles, the Republicans will no longer want to stop everything, and we'll work together.
But political observers are predicting a rocky road ahead.
The balance of activity will be confrontation rather than cooperation. It is inevitable that when a new majority comes to town, that they will be filled with energy, enthusiasm, and zeal.
But if there's too much confrontation, there's a chance the new Tea Party members will risk disappointing their own supporters.
And if they don't pay attention to that pressure, we'll be back in 2 years from now to do this all over again and get people who will get it right.
When Barack Obama arrived here 2 years ago, the expectations were enormous. He's now had a very brutal message about the disenchantment that's been growing ever since. This election is a setback for him. What he does with it will determine his own re-election chances in 2 years' time. Lisa Miller, Late